We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
Good morning from Ürgüp, Cappadocia.
And it's another early morning, unfortunately. And today we are going to be flying to Izmir, where we're spending the next 2 weeks and using that as our base to explore some more of Turkey.
Yeah, so kind of disappointing because our flight's not till 1. We booked
1:20 p.m. Yeah.
We booked a ride through, I guess, our host, which was quite a bit cheaper, but the pickup time was 7:20 and we didn't find out until yesterday.
Yeah, so it turns out the transfer companies to go back to Kayseri airport from Cappadocia, they only run 2 buses each morning. So from Ürgüp, it's either 7:20 a.m. or at 12 p.m. And because our flight's at 1:20 p.m. and it's like an hour, 70-minute ride to the airport, the 12 p.m. obviously wouldn't have been enough time. So up bright and early, we've checked out of our Airbnb, which is right behind me that way. And we are just waiting for our transfer. Now, like Cory said, it's significantly cheaper. It's going to cost us about 31 or 32 Canadian dollars. It's 10 euro each for the transfer service versus taking a taxi. Even the cheapest taxi would have been about 120 bucks.
So we opted to go with the cheaper route, so we're sacrificing a little with our time.
But we have lots of time on our hands, so.
And thankfully it's cool out today. Like cool out in the morning because it's been smoking hot the last whole time that we've been here. 2
days have been 39 Celsius, and probably a little warmer inside the apartment in the evenings because it's just trapped all the heat and it's been brutally hot.
Yeah. Let's just say it did not cool off at all. And the only reason that place was bearable is because our hosts tracked down like a little bit of a fan with like the cold water, but it was rough.
Yeah, that little portable air conditioning unit with the ice water at least made things bearable. Luckily, this was our only Airbnb in the foreseeable future that doesn't have AC. I've made sure that we will have AC when we're in Izmir. So fingers crossed that that's working well, because I will definitely sleep better tonight.
But tonight should be a very comfortable sleep. We're going to stay at a hotel. We just made life easier. We didn't want to go from Airbnb to Airbnb, so we decided to get a hotel in between. So we'll show you that when we get there. One thing I was going to mention was the hot air balloon ride are really, really dicey. I think I got up quite a bit of time. I'd say probably half the time that we were here, I got up at like around 5 just to go outside and cool off. And there was no hot air balloons. So yeah, book it early and give yourself a lot of time on the other end so that you can rebook as needed.
We are now here at the Kayseri airport. We're definitely a little too early to check in, so it's going to be a couple hours of sitting around. This is one of those airports where you've got to go through security, like to have your bags screened by an x-ray before you can even get into the airport. Then we'll check in, and then I'm sure we'll do another round of security after that, like the proper round. So anyways, I'm just wandering around just to see what there is here. It's a pretty small airport, so I don't expect to find too many options for food or anything else like that. I didn't even bother walking down to the other end because I could see there was nothing there. It looks like there's just toilets at both ends. There's like a smoking area outside and a couple of gift shops there selling like snacks and things like that. And then there's one cafe over here, so I'm gonna go take a look and see, maybe grab some coffee or something. It is about 10 after 9 and we've still got well over an hour before we can even check in.
The ride here was super smooth. The driver was a bit aggressive.
He was driving fast.
Yeah, did some moves where I'm kind of dicey, but I think that's just the way they drive here. Anyways, so we're here. We're going to Istanbul, and then we're going to Izmir.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't mention that. We're not, unfortunately, doing a direct flight because there were none.
So we did look at other options. There was a train ride. Now, to be honest, we didn't look too hard, so we don't know like the schedule or anything like that. But we opted to not because, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 8 hours plus on the train or something like
Probably
that.
at least that, and that's assuming it was on time.
And we watched a video, and it just looked not fun.
No.
And in this heat, I'm really glad we didn't.
Yeah, I would have been nervous because from everything we've ever watched, these train rides, it's iffy whether or not the AC actually works, if it even has AC. And boy, in this heat, that would have been absolutely brutal. So.
And honestly, I couldn't imagine taking a bus ride. I don't think that there is a direct bus route. No, I think there is an overnight bus route, but it's awful. But again, we watched a video and it was terrible.
But an overnight bus on like a crappy bus and not like the sleeper buses like we've done in Vietnam in the past, which at least you can kind of get some sleep. So yeah, bottom line, we chose to fly. We're just going to fly with Turkish Airlines today down to Istanbul, a couple hour layover there, and then over to Izmir. So it shouldn't be too bad.
A lot of waiting around, basically. But I mean, that's a travel day.
Yeah.
Travel days suck. There's no real way around that.
On the right side, I've just checked in online on my Marriott Bonvoy app, and we got upgraded again for the room tonight at the it's the 4 Points by Sheraton Izmir, and we got upgraded to what looks like the best room they've got. So can't wait to show you guys what that looks like later tonight.
This airport is really small, so we actually just went through security. We're only about 2 hours out. They didn't even open up the desk until 2 hours before check-in, and the security, they're super chill, so no issues. And yeah, now we're just sitting waiting for our flight.
We have about an hour until we board our plane, but I have never been to an airport where once you cross through security, there is nowhere on this side to fill up your water bottle with drinking water, with clean drinking water. Every other airport I've ever been to has either a big, like, water dispenser available or like drinking fountains that you can fill from. Here, there is nothing. The only source of water here would be the sinks, like the taps in the bathroom sinks, which I'm not gonna drink out of those. So there's a cafe here. I just spent $9 Canadian for 2 bottles of water. It's 260 lira, Turkish lira, for 2 bottles of water. Also, prices are pretty crazy. So a cup of coffee is gonna be about $10, just under 10 Canadian dollars. And they had some really good looking cookies, which looked really good. They were Nutella and hazelnut, and they were like these big, really thick cookies, and they looked really good. So I was eyeing those up until I did the conversion, and the 590 Turkish lira for those came out to a hair over 20 Canadian dollars for a cookie, for a single cookie. So yeah, we're just gonna make do with the energy bars that we've brought with us and a bottle of water each, and we'll just tough it out until we hit the lounge in Istanbul and can get some food there. On our way to Istanbul.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Just a quick layover in Istanbul airport. I think we had 2 hours. It was barely enough time.
I mean, we spent about 45 minutes in the lounge, had a little bit of food, and now we're in line about to board our next flight to Izmir.
Yeah, this airport is huge, so I don't recommend anything less than 2 hours for a layover?
Yeah, a 1 hour layover theoretically would be possible if there was no delays with the connecting flights, but you would be getting off your flight and going straight to the gate and probably about to board your next plane. If there was any delays whatsoever on your first flight, you would be pretty screwed.
Yeah. So now we're about to board our next flight, and then we're going to Izmir.
1 hour later.
Our flight got a little bit delayed. We were in the lineup, and then they canceled that, moved us to a different gate, and then they just delayed it altogether.
But they didn't announce it right away. People started cluing in when the flight boards started showing that, you know, instead of 1700 departure, it was estimated to be 1750. Now it's ending up to be 1740, so we'll see what time we actually take off.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They don't do announcements like we're used to in like North America, I guess. All of the flights in Turkey so far has been watching people line up. They're just kind of guessing.
Yeah, they never announced like pre-boarding or anything like that. People just start queuing up. Maybe they're like announcing it in Turkish and we just can't hear it, but we basically just follow the crowd. So that's worked out well enough so far.
But yeah, so we actually got switched to a newer plane, and this is a really, really new plane, and it's really lovely, so it should be a good flight.
Yeah, for a short haul flight like this, I'm not used to actually having a nice big in-flight entertainment screen. Should hopefully be about an hour flight, and then we'll be in Izmir. We are at our hotel, 4 Points by Sheraton Izmir. Took a little bit more effort than we wanted to. We were trying to get an Uber because it would have been a little bit cheaper, but that didn't go very well.
No, we tried twice and it just kept saying fail, probably because the price was so cheap and nobody wanted to pick it up.
Yeah, so there's no drivers available at the airport, which is unfortunate.
But yeah, the taxi, we did it by meter. He was really good. A little bit of aggressive driver.
Very aggressive.
But we got here nice and safe, so that's good.
And didn't get ripped off.
Yeah, no, it was straightforward.
Bonus.
We were going to consider taking the train, but it's late. And honestly, lugging your suitcases and stuff on the train when you don't have to.
And
not my idea.
Absolutely. And I mean, after a 50-minute delay with the flight, it's now, late. We're hungry, and I just wanted the easy way out. So
now it's time to go get checked in, and we'll show you what we got.
We originally booked just a king room, regular king room with a sea view. We've been upgraded to what she says is the best room in the hotel. Let's find out. Whoa, cool. Okay, welcome to our room. This is the garden loft suite here at the 4 Points by Sheraton Izmir, and it is a 2-bedroom bi-level loft room, which is really, really cool. First thing when you walk in, there is a closet here with a safe, and it looks like some cushions for the patio furniture outside. And in here we've got bathroom number 1, which is a full bathroom with a shower. Kind of cool. And this is our living room area. We've got couch, chair, TV, not a huge TV, but good enough for us. We've got a letter from the management, some treats for being a Marriott Bonvoy Elite member. We've got a whole dining area here, which has, I believe, a stocked mini bar, which is not included. We've got water, we've got some coffee, we've got a microwave, we've got a sink. And that's it though, no cutlery or anything else like that. And down here On the ground floor, or not ground floor, they're on the second floor right now, but on the main floor, we've also got, if I can figure out how to work this. Wow, that door is heavy. Our balcony, which has a lounging area there, and that is our view of Izmir. Now, we said this was a loft, and as you can see, we've got stairs. And now that we're upstairs, we've got bedroom number 1, which is just a twin bed, if I'm not mistaken. So this would be great if you had kids or a third party member that was coming along. Closet, TV, mirror, AC, nothing too crazy, but nice and cool in here. This door leads to the master bedroom, which has a ton of closet space. Like, I could live in here. Harry Potter style and all that. This is just ironing board and iron, nothing special there. We've got the master bathroom, double sinks, and also toilet and shower. We've got a desk which has another mini fridge with a couple of complimentary bottles of water already in there for us. Nice. And king size bed. And another TV. And AC, which after the last 3 weeks we just had in Cappadocia without AC, this feels wonderful right now. We've also got a couch up here, or a, like a, what do they call this? Chaise lounge or whatever they're called. And we do have a window here. Not much of a view right now, because you basically look down into our patio area.
It's nice to feel like you're in a house for a night, even if it's just one night.
It's a pretty fancy hotel room. I like it.
Yeah,
And this isn't even that fancy a hotel.
true, but it's just comfort.
Yes, it is. Anyways, it's late. We're hungry. We're going to go get some dinner, and we'll show you guys the rest of this hotel tomorrow morning.
After a fantastic night's sleep, Wallace got room service last night. I went straight to bed and I slept for 12 hours. I feel fantastic.
Yeah, we couldn't be bothered. We ordered room service. Honestly, that was the worst cheeseburger I've ever had in my life, but it was, for some reason, I was craving a cheeseburger and I should have known better. Anyways, yeah, that was the best night of sleep we've had in
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Nice and cool. Like, we're not waking up absolutely drenched in sweat because of the heat wave. Thank goodness for air conditioning. I mean, this room's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. It's got some quirks to it, but you know what? For a 4 points by Sheraton, this is a pretty sweet room that we've gotten upgraded to. I worked out the value of this. We paid 12,000 points, which is like 96 Canadian dollars worth of Marriott Bonvoy points. But the room we got upgraded to, if you were to book this with cash, it's $588 a night. So I'd say we did pretty well with that redemption. Anyways, we are
Gonna go for breakfast. Given the cheeseburger last night, I don't have high hopes. I'm hoping there's at least an egg station so I can get some food. We'll see.
And if that doesn't pan out well, we are now in Izmir, which is a bigger city, and there are dedicated gluten-free places around here, which we probably will end up going to for lunch. So
Yeah,
at least there's options.
There's actually like a lot of dedicated gluten-free. So I think we're going to be using the food app or getting food delivery because they're all quite a ways away from each other. But I'm excited because I can eat freely Yay! Breakfast was all right.
It was better than I expected based on the cheeseburger I had there last night.
As far as for options for me, I mean, I had fresh eggs, a lot of fruit, some cheeses, so I was able to cobble together a decent enough meal.
Yeah, breakfast was actually really busy. The place was packed, so we didn't actually film while we were down there eating. But the overall spread was decent for what it was. Could have been better, yes, but it'll do.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting it for free, great. If you had to pay for it, I think I would honestly take a pass and go elsewhere.
I think I'd agree with that, yeah.
Yeah.
We're currently on the 10th floor where there's a bunch of meeting rooms and the fitness center. I asked if there was a pool, but there isn't here, so we'll just check these out. All the meeting rooms are locked up, so we can't actually see those, but let's go check out the gym. It's a little small, but you know what? It's air conditioned. There's some free weights. There's yoga mats, a couple of bikes, a couple of treadmills. It'll do. So the wraparound terrace out on the 10th floor is kind of cool. We get almost 360-degree views of downtown Izmir, and it's kind of cool. There's a lot of construction around, but nice views of the ocean. Or I guess that's not the ocean, it's the Aegean Sea. That's pretty much it. We've got a late checkout today, 4 p.m. checkout, thanks to our Marriott elite status. So we're gonna just hang out here. We're gonna go up to the gym and get a workout in and just relax for a few hours before we head over to our Airbnb.
Yeah, this particular room just feels like a house, and honestly, it's just really nice and relaxing to be in a house-like situation. We haven't been in that for a while, so I'm gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's cozy. It's almost like, just being in your own apartment. And so I think that's where we're going to leave it for this video. Thanks very much for coming along with us to Izmir. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up to give us a like and make sure you subscribe.
And join us in our next video for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.